Hello, my name is Fame, and I'm sick. I am recovering from a cold I recently got, so that's why I sound a bit weird, but for the rest of the video, hopefully, when I do the voiceover, I won't sound gross, so you won't have to hear this sickly old potato talk. But with that out the way, I am doing part 2 of my most recent video, Redesigning eddsworldcharacters. In today's video, we're obviously going to be redesigning Tom and Tord. I'll be doing Tom first, then Tord, and that will be the end of this little series. If you do not know about the AU, please go back to my most previous video, like I said, and I talk about the AU more in depth in that video, but I'll also give like a brief overview of what Eddsworld is and how my AU is, as well as going into depth about these two characters. Hello, it's me again, and I do feel a lot better. I'm still a bit sniffly, but I definitely feel a lot better than when I did in this video. Well, the video I'm recording, not the voiceover. But anyways, let's just get right into it. If you don't know what Eddsworld is, it is an animated YouTube series that has been going on for a couple years now that follows the lives of three main characters, Ed, Tom, and Matt. They did have one other character in the beginning of the series, but he doesn't really show up as much as he used to. He did show up in a couple very popular episodes like the End Part 1 and Part 2, but we haven't seen him since. The series is still going to this day and it has been doing pretty well. I do recommend it if you are looking for any YouTube short videos to watch. It's a really good video to watch. Well, not video, videos to watch to pass the time. With that out the way, my AU is pretty similar to the actual story, but the events from the End Part 1 and Part 2, they still happen, but everything after that is changed. I call it I don't really have a name for it, but for right now, I'm just calling it the Rehabilitation AU. And everything from the End Part 1 and Part 2 happens, like I said, but at the end, the other character that I mentioned previously, Tord, he ends up getting really bad amnesia and can't seem to remember much of anything. So Matt and Ed decide to rehabilitate him and try to make him, not a bad guy anymore. So as it goes on, they do all hang out except for with Tom, because Tom really doesn't like Tord. But that's pretty much the premise of the series. It's really good, and I do change up the characters a little more, because even though I really like the series, I felt like the characters were always a little bit flat. They were characters, but we didn't really know much about them. Like, sure, they had a few episodes where we found out something new about them, but I didn't really get much personality or like anything else with them. So in this series, I do kind of add flavor to the characters, and I do change up their designs, obviously. And in this video, if you can't tell or you haven't heard me say a billion times, I'm redesigning Tom and Tord. Now, let's get into Tom. Tom is known for being cynical, pessimistic, and just cold. In this AU, he does mostly stay the same, but he is more protective over Matt and Ed now that Tord is living with them. He still doesn't like Tord whatsoever, even after knowing he has terrible amnesia. He is also a little nicer to Ed and Matt in this AU. He enjoys the shorts Ed made for him, and he'll sometimes take up Matt's outfit advice. He does dress in a grunge punk kind of style and has a lot of piercing and tattoos he did himself. One of the tattoos he did himself is under his right eye, I believe, it's 3 X's with a line through them. He plays the guitar, and he'll play in local gigs whenever he can. He can change in and out of his monster form. I'm not sure if I'll draw that anytime soon. But whenever he's mad, he'll grow horns, but they're mostly hidden by his hair. Also, his nails would grow really sharp, and so would his teeth. His nails are permanently purple. I wrote that here, but they are black too. I feel like they'll just switch between black and purple just depending on the day. And if he's feeling up to it, he'll also paint Matt's nails. He does take up a few art tips from Ed when it comes to painting Matt's nails, So Matt just will always go to him whenever he wants to get his nail painted. So I think that's pretty cool. And just like in the series, he does still really enjoy alcohol. I also made him a smoker. I feel like he would definitely smoke weed, but you didn't hear that from me. Also, if you couldn't tell, Tord is his least favorite, but that might change in the future. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, wink. But now we're gonna get into design changes that I made. I kept the blue jacket the same as well as the black eyes. Those were two very key parts of his character that had to be the same. I feel like if you took away, like, I don't know, all the main characters, like main color, then that wouldn't really be that character. Ed's green, Matt is purple and green, Tord is red, Tom is blue. So we keeping the blue aspect. But I did change his hoodie from a hoodie to just a regular zip-up jacket. I did give him darker skin. He is biracial. I've seen plenty redesigns where Tom is darker, and those are my absolute favorites, so I absolutely had to do it. I gave him pointy ears, and if you do know me, I do always show my characters with pointy ears, but the reason he has pointy ears is because he can change in and out of his monster form from that kind of stuff. Purple nails, I don't know why I put that here, because I changed it up. He has black nails now. I prefer that better. The patch jean shorts that Ed made for him, that's cool. I gave him gauged ears because I loved gauged ears. I think those are so cool. Piercing, tattoos, yada yada yada. I gave him dark eye bags. I feel like he would have insomnia. I feel like his sleep schedule will be terrible, so he has like just really, really dark under eyes. I gave him short layered hair. There was this hairstyle I saw on Pinterest that I really liked. I tried to make it similar, but it didn't end up being like that, but it's still fine. I gave him the half-shaved head part, and the shaved hair part is his original hair color. I feel like he definitely dyes his hair. I don't know, I feel like he'll be I don't know, I think that'll be like kind of fun that he'll either get like Ed or someone to dye his hair for him, since he always messes up with the bleach or something. I don't know, I think that's really cool. He has no eyebrows. I don't know why I did that. I just feel like he looked cool as heck with no eyebrows. So guess what? He doesn't have them. Bye-bye. He has body scars, one of the scars being from the end part 2, and then other stuff from just being him turning in and out of his monster form or his reckless activities. He's a smoker, like I said, with a grudge style. And I also gave him acne scars. I feel like he would always be like stressed or anxious with like Tord being around, and he just like getting on his nerves, so he'll like pick his skin and stuff. I do have skin picking issues, so maybe I just did that because I have the same problem. Maybe not. I won't tell you. I did have him being 5'6" at first, but I want him to be the shortest one, so him and Ed are changing heights. Tom will now be 5'4" and Ed will be 5'6". We love a short king, yo. We love a short king. He's 24. He goes by he, they, it pronouns, and he's bisexual and trans. The bisexual part, I'm pretty sure is canon from the fan art that the creators made on Twitter, but the trans part is totally my headcanon. I enjoy it, and I'm stick with it. That's all for Tom, and now we're gonna let this last few seconds play out, and we're gonna get into Tord. Now, on to the last person of this redesigning series, Tord. Tord is known for being a trigger-happy and violent person. That doesn't completely change in this AU. He forgets most of his violent nature and life-endangering actions, but that still doesn't change with much of his personality. He still is a bit rude and distant, also sometimes secretive, but he is more open to doing friend activities and hanging out with the others. He gets along with Matt more than Ed, but doesn't interact with Tom. Tom actively avoids him, so they rarely talk. Tord can be stubborn in trying to be a better person from his old tendencies, but he does seem willing to mend their relationship with the others, including Tom. One of the few times him and Tom have ever interacted, they were drinking together. Tom doesn't remember this happening, but Tord can't seem to forget it. I probably might make a comic about it, so keep an eye out for that if you follow me on Instagram. His burns he sustained are pretty much healed. He does have a robotic arm, that's why his hand looks weird. But they still need to be taken care of, so Ed has taken that role of being like his caregiver when it comes to that stuff. He does feel outcasted in some situations, but Ed and Matt do try their best to make him feel included whenever Tom's being a butt. Also, one of the parts of this design I really like is giving him a green and red eye. It's not heterochromia, the green eye is a fake eye. But since, with the really bad burn scars, I feel like he would lose that eye and we would get it replaced instead of an eye patch in this series. And I made that eye green to kind of rival the fact that he wants to be a good person, but also his past coming back to kind of haunt him kind of rivals it. I think that was a really good addition to his character design on my part, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Matt would definitely be his favorite, but he wouldn't consider Tom his least favorite since they don't really know much about each other and they don't really hang out. He doesn't really know how he feels about Tom. Also, I did keep the red hoodie. That was probably the only thing I kept the same about his character. I gave him a jean jacket over his hoodie since every other character had something interesting when it came to their hoodies. Like Ed had the two different colors and color splotches over it. Matt looked a little more stylish with a longer trench coat. Tom has a zip-up hoodie with the cigarette burn, so I just gave him a jean jacket. I feel like that would really add more to his silhouette and stuff like that. I also wanted to give him tattoos. Not sure how those would look, but I might end up designing those in the future. Obviously, the burns on the side of his face and the half-shaven hair, since the hair on that side of his face is kind of burned off. The hair doesn't really grow. Fake eye, and he's missing an ear. That's why there's no ear on that side of his head. Not because I got lazy. It's gone. Just gone. And he's really into 90s fashion. Since him and Matt share a room together, they do kind of share the same fashion taste, so he's really into 90s fashion. Last few details. He is 5'6", but I think I might make him 5'7". I want everyone to have like a slightly different height. I don't want them all to be the exact same height. He's 24, like Tom. He goes by he, him pronouns, and he's bisexual. I did not mean to make him and Tom have so much in common, but I'm not mad about it. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of this series. Well, not the end of the video though. I did have a lot of fun redesigning these characters. This series holds a lot of sentiment for me since it was like one of the things I really got into when it came to like YouTube shorts or like animated videos like that. And this series was how I met one of my best friends. So I really hold this series close to my heart. I do love the characters and I like the way I redesigned them, so you most definitely will be seeing more of them in the future. So do be sure to check out my Instagram, or I might post some shorts over here. But with that being said, that is all I have to say about Tord, and I'll just let the rest of this video play through before I close out. we're now coming to the end of this video, so I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way through, I really do appreciate the support you guys give me. I really am happy with how my platform is going so far, and I can't wait to share more of my art with you guys. The next video coming up will be doing with the MLP infection AU. I'm really excited for that video. I've already started working on it. It's gonna be a lot different than my usual pattern. What is it? Setup? I don't know how to describe it. It's gonna be different than these regular videos, so do keep that in mind. But I hope you guys enjoy that. I won't talk too much longer, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I do appreciate each and every last one of you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.